All right, we just sat here for what, I don't know, 20 minutes. Well, this dude, welcome back, tried to find his keys. Where did you find them anyway? Where were they?
I put them in the side pouch.
They were in the side pouch. And what is the first thing I told you when we got here? I was like, no, check your bag, man.
Your bag.
Maybe it's in your bag. It's okay.
Yeah.
I still love you because you're an amazing photographer.
Thanks, brother.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another day in the city. And I guess you could kind of call this like a part 2 of the Instagram video that Alan and I made. Was that like 2 weeks ago already? Wow, time flies. Anyway, you guys mangled his Instagram account, which was absolutely amazing. But he's been doing like new tips and tricks that I want to teach you guys today that kind of fall in line with the video that I did months back and something he's been doing recently. So we came down to the city to make that video today. Let's get started. Random dude passing through frame. Okay. Ready for this? They're gonna let me pour my own art. I mean, I'm terrible at pouring art. I'm not terrible, I'm okay, but what coffee shop lets you pour your own art? That's beast.
It's amazing.
I'm super pumped. I'm so bad at this. Oh no, no. No, redo. Whatever, I'm over it. I don't even care. Yeah, let's go over to that yellow bridge behind.
That
ready?
one right there?
Yeah, ready? 1, 2. Oh, that was way faster.
That was a lot better.
That was way better. Great idea, Alan.
Better than anything
I didn't
else.
want to walk that whole way, so that was much better. Okay, let's get into why we're doing this video today. Action.
We're here in downtown Toronto on this I don't know if this place has a name, but
I don't think
it's a really cool spot, and we're gonna take some pictures of Peter, and then we're gonna animate them and show you guys some cool techniques you can do and apply to your photos so that your Instagram stories are bomb. And not only that, it's just really cool details. You know what I mean? Like, you wanna expand your portfolio, you wanna expand your work. This is an easy way to make your work stand out.
What he said. It got really, really cold suddenly, like really, really cold and windy. So we're gonna make this shoot fast because this is more about what's going on in post-production.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Change of plans, it got way too windy out here and way too cold to shoot. Headed back to Alan's place to finish the rest of this little tutorial because
Cold and windy.
we can't learn in these conditions. Toes are numb.
Fingers are ice right now.
Oh, it's cold. Bro, this guy's in a t-shirt. Who are you? How? That dude. Come on. All right, now we are in Alan's place. Thank you, Alan, for having us. It was so windy outside. I was like, we need somewhere so that we can film an intro so people know exactly what they're learning, that you're not gonna hear like, that'd make a good GIF, by the way. Look at this dude created a magazine.
A magazine.
Like a full-on, oh my goodness, this is insane.
Yeah.
This looks so good. Look at it.
It was a really cool experience. And feel it.
Oh, yo, that is nice.
Quality.
That is like, I'll do the best. Yeah, that is nice.
So we're continuing the dialogue around creating series of photos and really documenting your storytelling process. So this is another really cool technique that you can apply to your photos, and animating your photos is really cool. I mean, the fact that the photo is cool and then you can animate it, win-win.
Whoa, this is super comfortable.
It's too comfortable.
Wow, I did not expect that.
It let you like sink in.
I know, I was like, what is happening? This is sort of the same concept of the tutorial that I did on how to make your photos move and come to life. And I taught you guys how to animate your shots within Photoshop, kind of like a parallax effect. This isn't the parallax effect, but Alan's been using it to bring certain elements of his photos in and out of frame by vanishing them or making them appear, making them move throughout the frame and transition, all within his Instagram stories, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now, it's not limited to Instagram stories. You can do this just for your photos if you want to post them on Instagram or whatever, but stories is a great way, being that this guy is like the series expert on, you know, when he goes on trips. So that's kind of what we're teaching you today. It's funny too, because like when you go on a shoot, like in the city, wherever you go, like I don't know about you guys, I take so many photos, like, and you guys don't see half of them, but I take so many shots.
We were talking about this last video where we were saying that you don't necessarily just have to archive those photos. You can bring them back and, you know, create a story around them. And this is another way of really bringing those photos to life. So Peter and I were on the bridge and I was trying to take photos so that we can show you guys an example. But sometimes you might get a photo that is very difficult to manipulate and create the animation. So here's an example of that being the case.
Oh, I mean, like, no.
No.
It works, but like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump ahead in time back to the studio so that I can teach you guys how to do this. We'll screen share. We'll do that in 3, 2, 1. All right, and welcome to the studio. I'll try to make this as quick as we can and we'll get back to Alan's place, but I wanted to preface this by saying it is very important the photos that you're gonna use to do this technique. Like we mentioned, the more intricate, busy, detailed shots are gonna be harder to do. When the backgrounds have a lot of stuff going on and there's cities and cars and buildings and just stuff everywhere, if you're trying to remove something from that photo, you gotta recreate that background. So it's much harder to do it in a photo like that, opposed to something where you're maybe only painting back the sky, which is what we're gonna use for this example. Now, as you continue and progress with your Photoshop skills and your photography skills and all of that, your post-processing, you can start moving up to more advanced photos and then it looks even more impressive. But I would say, personally, start with something that's not gonna stress you out and make you rip the computer out of the wall and throw it down the stairs. So for that sake, we're gonna start with a very nice, simple, clean photo for this demonstration. Look how official that sounded, right? That's pretty good, right? Okay, so we're gonna start in Photoshop. So find the file that you wanna use, bring that into Photoshop. We're gonna duplicate that layer. So just come over here to the background, drag that down to the new layer, and you have it duplicated. Now go over to the side panel and select the pen tool, and we're gonna use that to just select this building. So just click, add a point, click, add another point, add another point, add another point. For this next one, click and hold, and you can drag it around the building and then just hold Option to remove that little tail right there and bring it back to where you want. Join it at the bottom. Now come over here and right click on one of those points and just choose Make Selection. Hit OK and you are good to go. Now we have a selection. We just need to delete this from the photo. So hit Edit, go over to Fill. If you want the shortcut for that, it is Shift Delete. It's gonna bring up the same box, hit OK, and wait for Photoshop, boom, to make it disappear. Command D is gonna get rid of those marching ants, is what we like to call them. From this point, we're gonna select the clone stamp tool. Hit S on your keyboard to get that. You can control the size of that brush by using the brackets on your keyboard. Once we have S, when you hold down Option, a little target's gonna pop up. Wherever you click that target, the next paint strokes you use with that brush are going to paint where you chose that target. So what we want to do is just kind of take away this darker shadowy area. So all we're going to do, maybe make that brush bigger, different target spots. We're just selecting different target spots, making that brush bigger, painting on the area just to try and mask away those darker shadows. I mean, that looks pretty good right there. It doesn't take much work. Clone stamping's pretty easy. Now when we hide and unhide that layer, as you can see, the building appears and disappears, and we're pretty much done in Photoshop. All you're gonna do is start with the top layer. We're gonna save this photo, and then we're gonna turn this layer off and save the next photo. So hit Command Shift S, that's gonna bring up the Save dialog box. Name this to 1, change it to JPEG, choose where you wanna save it, hit OK, and do the same thing for the next photo. All right, so now we're gonna bring them into Premiere. So open up a new Premiere project, choose nothing, don't select anything, just new project. And then we're gonna go to where we saved these photos and we're gonna drag them directly onto the timeline. What that does is creates the timeline specifically for the files we just dragged onto it. So here we have our clip with no building and clip with the building. So all we're gonna do is grab that second clip and place it to where we want it to start coming into frame. So we can start here, see how that looks. I think that probably takes a little bit too long, so we'll move it to here and we'll just drag out that bottom clip. Now what you want to do is raise those tracks up. So just come over here and grab that line, drag them both up, and it exposes a kind of little timeline. Hit P on your keyboard to get that pen tool, and you can actually click and create points. Click another one, drag it down, and that's going to actually adjust the opacity. So now when we play that back, you can see that building's fading into view. If we drag this to the end, it's going to make that fade happen longer over time. If you want it a little bit faster, we can drag that back to the middle. Somewhere like that looks good to me. So once you're happy, just select your in and your out points. That's I on your keyboard and O on your keyboard, just like that. And we selected our points. We go over, File, Export, Media, and we're pretty much just gonna save it as is, just output name. We're gonna change this to building appear. Choose the target where we wanna save it. And again, hit save, hit export, and you are pretty much good to go. Now, if you wanna send it to your phone so you can post it on your Instagram stories or anything like that, if you're using a Mac and you have an iPhone, you can right click on that file, hit share, and go down to airdrop. And if your phone's on, your contact info is gonna pop up there. You can just select your own name and it'll send it high res right to your phone, which is also, pro tip, how I send all my photos for Instagram to my phone. That's it, you're done.
So that's it, guys. It's a pretty simple technique. Just remember that you have to have a good foreground and a good background to work with. And like Pete was saying in his tutorial, take your time and just keep working at it and perfect the skill. This is another cool technique that we're sharing with you guys that goes hand in hand with what we were talking about earlier about stories and how you can really make your photos come to life, and also just work with the photo and content that you already have and not always thinking about what to create next.
And that's it. Thanks, man.
But you promised me a card trick.
I didn't promise you anything.
Pete promised me
I
he'd
didn't
do a
promise you
card
anything.
trick. So
I didn't promise you anything.
I know that Peter is a magician
Get
and
out.
he will say that he's not, but you.
I don't know what he's talking
He's a
about. I
magician,
don't know what
and
he's
he has
talking about.
tricks.
All right, fine. I'll show you.
Show me one card
I'll
trick.
show him one. He gets one. Instead of naming a card, just name a number between 1 and 52. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah.
24.
24. Okay, you don't want to change your mind?
No.
You're happy with that one? 24, like the show. Okay, so in my notes app, where is it? Right here. You click notes, you touch it. Notes. I have commonly selected cards. Click on that, and then you'll see I have a list of playing cards. They're all here. You can attest to that. That's,
Yeah, they're all there.
I can show you this. I don't know if it'll pick up in the screen, but I just took a big list of playing cards. So 24. What does it say?
24 says 7 of diamonds.
So 24 is the 7 of diamonds. Let me see if I can focus on this. So you guys, oh, that's super blown out. Let's see. Here, I'll stop down. 24. Where is it? Everyone's gonna be like, you cut 7 of diamonds. Okay, whatever. I think they can see it there. So that's fair. You named anything. Deck of cards has been sitting here the whole time. So if we were to spread this on the table, you'll notice that there's one card that's actually reversed.
What?
You can see it right there. You can flip it over and take a look at it.
No way!
7.
How? How did you do that?
Very well.
No, I'm serious. Like how?
All right, Alan, thanks. See you later.
What the hell, man? I'm like, this was not staged at all.
No. This is
This
legit.
is insane.
Yeah.
Take your cards and go. Get out of here.